welcome to Sumsel Stories. I am Amira Shifa, your host, as we explore the heart of South Sumatra. Its culture, its people, the tradition, education, and everyday stories that inspire and connect us all. From local tradition to hidden gems, stay with us as we bring you closer to the warmth and wonder of South Sumatra. Besides being a scenic spot, Suji Lake has a lot of historical values carried by Japan's colonization on Lematang Ilir area. Reports circulated that there was a headquarters of Japan's colonization on South Sumatra on those days.
Suji Lake is located at Lembak Village, Lembak Subdistrict, Muara Enim Regency, with a distance around 80 kilometers from Palembang. Since their occupation of Palembang's region on 14th of February 1942, Japan soldiers expanded their colonization to Karang Endah, Prabu Muli, and towards Lampung. Meanwhile, to colonize Jambi, the soldiers moved from Linggau. During this period, that it was also estimated the Japan soldiers built their defense base around the lake in this Lembak village. Especially during that time, Lematang Ilir, also known as Muara Enim, was one of their 13 colonized places, also known as Bunshu, formed by the Japanese occupation government. It was hidden between the dense forest, with the clear pristine water from the lake, benefiting the Japan soldiers to build their headquarters and community kitchen there.
Sejarah Danau Suji ini dulunya markas dapurnya Jepang. Jadi makanya dinamakan Danau Suji. Itu adanya Panglima Suji dulu. 2020. Pada waktu itu kita terjadinya Covid. Jadi tidak adanya pemuda-pemuda sini, kan banyak yang resign dari pekerjaan. Jadi secara tidak langsung kami membuka Danau Suji ini untuk mengangkat memasukkan tenaga-tenaga kerja yang di-resign oleh perusahaan.
You can drink the pure water directly without needing to cook it first. Based from the research of Muara Enim's Water Resources Management, the quality of the lake's water is only 5% lower from the famous branded mineral waters. 1 kilometer from the lake, there was a plain runway for Japan's Air Force planes back in the day. Sadly, you cannot really tell the physical state of it anymore. The famous red soil used to be the view of the runway. Now it has changed into smallholder rubber plantations. To remember the trace of Japan's colonization history, the tourism object managers built a statue based on how Japanese soldiers would look, wearing the iconic uniform and the sword. Since 2020, this lake is transformed into a tourist attraction spot. Along with many facilities, Suji Lake is successful at attracting many tourists. The old, dirty, and abandoned Suji Lake now shifted into a beautiful place with so much serenity. It is also becoming the source of fortune for people habiting around.
The Palembang Wayang is one of the region's cultural heritage. Believed to be around the 19th centuries, originated around 1800s.
The performance of the Palembang Wayang featuring the play Petruk Munggah Ratu served as an effort to introduce this traditional Palembang art form to the public, particularly the younger generation, while also preserving it from being eroded by the passage of time. At first glance, the Palembang Wayang appears similar to the Japanese Wayang Purwa. However, the distinction lies in the language used, as the Palembang Wayang typically employs the local Palembang Malay dialect. In its development, the Palembang Wayang has not progressed as smoothly as the Japanese Wayang Purwa. One of the major challenges lies in the difficulty of regenerating puppet masters. Therefore, the staging of Palembang Wayang aims to foster a new generation of puppet masters while promoting this traditional art form among the younger generation.
Minatnya di dalam itu kita agak susah ya mencari bibit-bibit baru. Saya pun menekankan ada pakem-pakem yang harus dipenuhi mereka sebagai dalang. Satu harus orang Palembang itu sendiri. Kalau orang Jawa kan mereka tidak bisa mengembangkan tradisi mereka sendiri. Kita orang Palembang itu sendiri. Yang orang tidak di dalang itu juga harus punya dalang wayang sendiri. Di samping belajar di teman saya, dia harus punya wayang sendiri karena seorang dalang itu kadang-kadang tidak harus siang, kadang-kadang malam pengen megang wayang.
One of the Palembang Wayang puppet master, Ki Agus Wirawan Rusti, a third-generation performer from the Sri Wayang Kulit Palembang studio, state that anyone can become a Palembang Wayang puppet master, provided they are a native of Palembang and possess their own set of puppets. The enthusiasm of the audience in attendance serve as evidence that this traditional art form still holds a special place in the hearts of the people, as long as it continues to receive proper space and support.
Dulmuluk is a unique traditional theater of South Sumatra that is in need of preservation.
Dulmuluk perform a traditional theater which turned into intangible cultural heritage. In the beginning, Dulmuluk is a poem recitation by Wan Bakar, a trader of Arabic descent who read the poem of Abdul Muluk. Gradually, the reading accompanied by a number of men demonstration with music like gambus and rabana. The preservation effort of Dulmuluk re-empowered through the Dulmuluk Festival by students on Sriwijaya Cultural Park, Palembang. The festival aimed at introducing artistic value and local culture to the youth, guarding Dulmuluk existence so that it doesn't extinct with time. Ahmad Rivero Gunawan, one of the students, feeling proud and happy joining the program. He said that the youth not only performing art but also join in local cultural preservation.
Itu rasanya seneng banget ya bisa berpartisipasi, bisa bersaing dengan sekolah-sekolah lain.
Berapa hari kita latihan ini?
Sekitar 1 bulan. Untuk tema dari Dulmuluk sekolah kami, ya temanya yaitu tentang Pangeran Abidinsyah yang ingin menyeberang ke negeri seberang untuk menuntut ilmu. Dengan cara kita berpartisipasi dengan lomba yang berkaitan dengan budaya, itu adalah salah satu cara untuk melestarikannya.
The participants stunning look in traditional costume and classic stories on interested packaging by morality order in each chapter.
We hope the Dulmuluk is keep being maintained by the youth. Stay tuned at Sumsel Stories. South Sumatra is rich of various batik patterns across the cities and regencies. It is a reflection of the people's pride.
Batik is Indonesia's culture heritage that is acknowledged by the world. The beauty of the pattern and the deep meaning thrown by each of them made batik not only as a drapery, but also the nation's identity. In each stroke of the motif contains philosophy, prayer, and hope being inherited through generation. In South Sumatra, the spirit to preserve batik is shown through the efforts of showing its presence in every region. Tria Sriwijaya, under the lead of South Sumatra's province government, is used as a place to show and also to promote cultural creations, including batik. We can see how diverse batik coming from 17 cities and regencies across South Sumatra, with different identities, patterns, and philosophies. Every region has its unique motif, like batik Betule from Muara Inim, kembang kangkung motif from Ogan Komering Ulu, to Lodz pattern from North Musirawas. All of them show symbols tied with nature and people existence, and enrich the treasury of South Sumatra's batik.
Ada 17 kabupaten kota semua sudah ada batik. Ya, beda-beda sesuai dengan filosofi daerahnya masing-masing ya. Umpamanya Muara Enim itu ada batik Betule, itu ada dan sudah dihakikan oleh Pemda setempat. Kemarin juga ada anjuran dari Bapak Gubernur ya supaya kita memakai batik daerah ya, tapi itu apanya belum terlaksana ya, barangkali pelan-pelan karena batik tulis ini kan lama sekali pembuatannya.
Most of the batik clothes made in South Sumatra are made by traditional ways, such as canting. Along with the development of the current era, batik keep transforming. Now batik, it's not only used in formal events, but also takes part in daily fashion with the presence of modern and elegant style.
Saya suka aja sih, karena memang apalagi batik sekarang kan sudah mendunia, itu ciri khas kita sebagai wujud nasionalisme juga sih. Kayak sekarang ini kebetulan saya ada kegiatan Dharma Wanita sebagai istri ASN, saya bangga sekali menggunakan batik. Harapan saya sih semakin apalagi wastra sekarang kan sudah mendunia kayak gini ya, semakin lebih baik, lebih bagus lagi dan lebih dipakai seluruh lapisan masyarakat.
Batik is a culture heritage while being the symbol of unity. From South Sumatra, batik is a prime example of diversity uniting into the nation's identity. Loving batik equals preserving the soul of our nation, keeping it everlasting and inherit to the upcoming generations.
As a customary village, the residents of Muara Penimbung Ulu, Ogan Ilir, continue to preserve their ancestral heritage by maintaining the tradition of weaving the songket fabric.
As a region rich in local traditions and culture, the residents of Muara Penimbung Ulu village continue to preserve weaving and songket as a form of local wisdom passed down through generations. To maintain local wisdom that supports unity and harmony through cultural preservation, local residents have formed a weaving group consisting of members from surrounding community. Weaving activities have become an integral part of daily life. Using traditional looms, the songket weaver carefully arranges each thread to create songket fabrics, a task that requires precision and patience. The distinctive songket patterns not only symbolize beauty, but also reflect the values of togetherness and unity within the community.
Kita belajar dari kecil, terus kita rasakan manfaatnya bahwa songket ini bisa menghasilkan membantu perekonomian. Nah dari situ saya mengajak para pengrajin yang lain, kita bikin kayak suatu organisasi ya, tapi kecil ya. Nah di situ kita mengadakan satu kelompok, terus sebagai pemasarannya itu kita tampung di sini. Nah waktu itu masih orang banyak belum tahu ya, semenjak ini kita pernah dipromosikan, jadilah kampung ini ya. Nah semenjak dari situ tuh alhamdulillah perkembangannya lumayan pesat, orang-orang jadi pada tahu kesini. Nah ya kita harus ngajarin anak-anak kita supaya bisa melestarikan untuk selanjutnya, kan diajarin secara detail kayak gitu. Ini kan ada yang bagian pembuat motif, Terus kan bisa motifnya kayak gini kan, itu udah ada bagiannya yang buat motif. Kalau saya ini kan pengrajin, kita udah disiapin bahan-bahan.
More than just an economic activity, the existence of this weaving group demonstrates the strong social bonds and solidarity among villagers, ensuring that traditions are preserved and community unity remains strong. The efforts to preserve weaving and songket show how a traditional village can sustain unity through well-maintained traditions, strengthening local identity while contributing to the richness of national cultural heritage.
The presence of book community is hoped to motivate the youngsters to habituate the reading as part of their lifestyle.
Book lovers community is present as a vessel for the young generation to develop their interest at reading. With creative and interactive activities, this community tries to gather the youngsters' attention to be closer to literacy. This community offers alternative ways to show their interest and love of literacy and also improving their insight. The head of the book club, Dian, explained that the enthusiasm for reading keeps increasing by day. They also utilize the club as a place to discuss and gather inspiration.
Untuk antusiasmenya juga cukup menarik, cukup banyak gitu kan, dilihat dari tiap minggu pertemuan kami itu menambah anggota baru setiap pertemuannya, dan dari engagement dari sosial media banyak orang yang tertarik. Harapannya semoga pergerakan kecil kami ini yang skupnya masih kecil bisa memberikan semangat kepada anak-anak muda lain, mungkin dalam terkait membaca buku ataupun membangun entah itu komunitas atau kegiatan positif lainnya. Semoga Kelana itu sendiri bisa menjadikan inspirasi kepada anak muda lainnya.
One of the members, Dewi, said that she feels the improvement in terms of her willingness to read. She is motivated with the push and inspiration the fellow members give her.
Kalau dulu itu mungkin tidak ada keharusan menyelesaikan buku, kalau dulu ya. Kalau sekarang tuh kayak karena kita tuh rutin 2 minggu sekali, jadi aku ada keharusan, aku harus selesai nih, jadi kayak terpacu untuk aku pengen ngebawa sesuatu nih nanti ke book club, dan itu jadi apa ya, lumayan buku yang kubaca tuh lumayan bertambah lah. Kalau misalnya agak ogah-ogahan, sekarang ada lebih semangat gitu.
Using digital media and building the feel of togetherness, this community makes a serious effort on reading as a social activity that is close with the daily life of the young generation.
Book will always be one of the best resources for knowledge. Stay tuned at Sumsel Stories. Everyone is surely familiar with the kite flying activity. In Palembang, there is a creative kite village as a center for kite craftsmen that has been existed since 1970 and continues to thrive to this day.
Known as the Creative Kayangan Village, or simply Kite Village, this area has long been recognized as a center of kite making since the 1970s. The village is located on Wahid Hashim Street, Lorong Sepupu, in the 34 Ulu sub-district of Palembang. Almost all of the residents work as kite artisans, with the majority being housewives who take up kite making as an additional source of income. The kite making process is still carried out manually using traditional methods, starting from assembling the bamboo frame to painting and decorating each kite with unique motifs. On average, a kite craftsman can produce 100 to 200 kites per day. These kites are sold at affordable prices, ranging from 1,000 to 1,500 rupiah per piece, providing a steady livelihood for local families.
Ini hari ini
Berapa ratus?
1.000. Di semalam ya, taruhlah. Ini
Dijual berapa Bu satunya Bu?
120, 130.
130.000?
Iya, dua ini.
Dua, satu plastik
ini
ini
65.
To enhance its tourism appeal, the community hopes that kite festival or competitions will be regularly organized. Such events could help promote the village's creative identity and attract more visitors to experience this unique part of Palembang's cultural heritage.
The decorated raft festival on Lematang River once again has attracted so many people. This annual event has become one of the most anticipated community celebrations in Lahat Regency.
Dozens of participants took part in the Lematang River Raft Festival. Held only once a year, this festival successfully drew large crowds from Lahat and surrounding areas. Before competing, each raft was beautifully decorated in various shapes, colors, and creative themes, turning the Lematang River into a flowing parade of art and culture. The journey began from the Dam Park area and ended at the Benteng Bridge, where hundreds, even thousands, of spectators lined the riverbanks to witness the colorful procession.
Sebagai selaku warga Lahat sangat merasa senang, merasa bahagia dengan adanya lomba rakit hias yang bermacam-macam bentuk. Banyak antusias warga sangat-sangat bagus, banyak yang menonton. Hanya kedepannya mungkin lebih meriah lagi, lebih bagus lagi, diadakan setiap tahun dan bermacam-macam bentuk lagi. Ya, antusias warga pokoknya bahagia, senang lah melihat.
Sangat senang sekali melihat tontonan ini. Seperti raket-raket ini dihias-hiasi seperti, apalagi ada seperti lernaga, yang lain-lain sangat bagus sekali. Kami sangat senang sekali. Semoga untuk tahun depan diadakan lagi, lebih bagus lagi. Itulah kesenangan kami. Bisa anak kami bisa nonton.
Local residents hope this festival will continue to be held annually on a fixed schedule. They also wish for the Lematang River to be developed as sports and recreational venue for the community.
A resident of Lahat Regency has successfully utilized their residential yard as a sustainable site for agricultural cultivation and livestock farming.
Sugeng Haryanto, a resident of Lahat Regency, has successfully transformed his home yard into a multifunctional space for raising fish and poultry, as well as cultivating fruits and vegetables. He carries out these activities in his spare time alongside his professional duties as an employee at a banking institution in Lahat Regency. Sugeng Haryanto stated that his initiative represents a personal contribution to supporting Presiden Prabowo Subianto's National Food Security Program.
Menyambut juga yang disampaikan oleh Bapak Presiden Pak Prabowo untuk ketahanan pangan kita, dimulai dari keluarga, dari rumah tangga. Ya, kami alhamdulillah dengan pekarangan yang ada, kita ada buat kolam, ada ikan nila, ikan gurame, ikan patin, kemudian juga tanaman buah, ada alpukat, ada mangga, ada nangkada dan lain-lain, termasuk ayam juga. Jadi kami termasuk ayam kampung ini yang besar bisa untuk daging, telurnya bisa untuk nutrisi anak-anak tiap hari ya. Jadi gizinya tercukupi.
To meet the family's daily nutritional needs, fish and poultry eggs are readily available for harvest, while fruits and vegetables serve as a vital source of vitamins and nutrients. Sugeng encouraged all families to make use of their home yards to strengthen household food security.
That's all for today's episode of Sumsel Stories. Thank you for joining us as we explored another beautiful piece of South Sumatra. You can access TVRI through your mobile phones on the MCPC application and also on digital broadcasting channels. Until next time, see you!